Walmart doesn't know if they're going to use those tomatoes for a salad or to rub them on their butt cheeks. Hello Snack Pack, welcome back to Travel Snacks. In today's video, I have a bit of a confession. I'm a little hesitant to share this story, but this channel wouldn't be the same if I only shared the highlights. So I'm going to keep it real and share a true story from my life that happened last year. No more hesitating. Let's jump right in. Okay, a quick backstory.
In 2019, I resigned from my job of 11 years because I wanted to travel the world, and at that point, I was only living off of my savings, and that was dwindling very quickly, so I knew that international travel was out. I looked at the resources I had, and I was like, well, I could try living in my car. So I decided to take a little test trip from California to Vancouver, and when I got back, I was like, yes, I really enjoy this lifestyle, and I can do this. So
I was getting ready to go on my next journey of the southern states of the US, and I was like, but I need some more money. Even though I was doing a lot of YouTube videos, you can't get monetized on YouTube unless you have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which I didn't have either of those things at the time. Shoot, what am I gonna do to make money on the road? So I go on YouTube and I'm looking for part-time remote jobs that people have suggested. There were a lot of videos about girls selling feet pictures. I'm wondering why YouTube is suggesting this to me, but also I do have some cute feet, so I could sell some feet pictures. And I started to justify it in my mind, like there's hand models, people get hired, they show off jewelry and gloves and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's just like hand modeling. Spoiler alert, it's actually not like hand modeling. So around that same time, this part's a little fuzzy because it happened like a year ago and I don't remember exactly how all this transpired. But around the same time, I got a random email from a dude and
Whoa, don't be a stinker. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and throw a like on this video.
And it was like, I'd like to buy feet pictures from you. I hadn't posted anything about selling feet pictures or doing anything about feet pictures, but I get this random email. I'm thinking that maybe I must have posted some kind of Instagram story of me lounging around and maybe my feet were in the picture. I don't know. But basically I get this email. Being curious, I'm like, what type of feet pictures are you looking for? Before I could even send that message, he sent this message back, $100 for 4 feet pictures. Now, at the time I was like, $100 just to snap some pics of my feet? That seems like a great deal. I was like, am I really gonna do this? This is the part that I'm not super proud of, but it's real, so I'm just gonna tell the story. So I start thinking like, maybe this is a thing I could do because I could do it on the road and I don't have to really put a lot of effort into it. So I start going down this research path of finding out like how to do it. Where do you sell these pics? How do you find people to buy these pics? Really justifying it in my mind because I'm like, okay, I know what these guys want these pictures for, but I kept lying to myself and I'm like, I don't know what they're doing with these pictures after I send it to them. You know what they're doing with these pictures. During this whole time, I started thinking, all right, well, let me dip my toe in the water, if you will, and make a video about feet. So I made this video about doing a pedicure in a car. Now, this is still good information if you want to do a pedicure while you're living in your car. It's still a good video. But I kind of made that video as a test to see if there was some response from people that wanted to buy feet pictures. Even when I posted that video, I was like, am I really going down this road? Because this just seems kind of skeevy. And I'm like, I don't know about all this. So I call my son Marcus because he's pretty much a very good voice of reason. And he always reminds me about trusting God. So I call him and I'm like, guess what? This is what I'm thinking about doing. And he's like, Mom, For real, let's think about this. And I was like, no, but listen, it doesn't have to be like a sexual thing. You know, it could just be like selling pictures of your feet. And he's like, but honestly, you know, these guys are diddling to your pictures of your feet. And I'm like, ew, that's gross. He's like, I mean, that's exactly what you're about to do. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to think of it like that. And so I'm like trying to make these analogies. I was like, okay, if somebody goes to Walmart and buys tomatoes, Walmart doesn't know if they're going to use those tomatoes for a salad or to rub them on their butt cheeks. Walmart is just the supplier. And he's like, but you're not Walmart. Let's just keep it real here. You know exactly what these guys are doing. These are foot fetishists. That's a full-on fet life situation. And if you want to go down that road, that's your prerogative. But also really think this through, because I don't think that you would be happy once you start doing this. I know myself enough to know that I would not feel proud of myself doing this, but I need to make some extra cash. And he's like, do you trust God? And I was like, yes. Every time he says that to me, it just reminds me of the power of God. And it reminds me of that scripture in the Bible. It basically says everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. And after we got off the phone, I really thought about that scripture and thought about, like, do I really have faith that God is going to sustain me through any of these journeys and any of the things that I'm trying to do? Even though it was tempting to go down that road, I was like, this is not something that I think I would feel good about. Pretty much right after that phone call, I got this message from the guy. And for that reason, I'm out. That pretty much made me snap out of whatever I was thinking. And I was like, what am I doing? Do I trust God with the path he has me on? I decided to stop with all the madness and put my full faith into God's plan for my life. Since then, I've received several emails from people asking me to sell feet pictures. I even got a message after I made the video about wearing adult diapers if I would send custom diaper pictures. The most unsettling thing that happened to me is earlier this year, I received a text message from somebody asking to sell feet pictures. How did you get my phone number? I don't have my phone number just out there on the internet. I mean, maybe it's somewhere out there and I don't know about it. That is really unsettling. Just think about that from your own perspective. To just get a random text message on your phone, somebody that's just randomly out there, you have no idea who this is, and they're asking you to send pictures of yourself. That's a little crazy to me. It starts out sending a couple innocent pictures of your feet. And then, can you send me pictures of this and that? Can I meet you in person? And can you do this? And blah, 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 blah. People are always going to want more from you. As soon as he was like, I want you to write my name on your feet and I want you to have your face in it. Oh, heck no. I'm sure it probably progresses after that. I don't know, because I never wrote back. So I've never sent or sold any feet pictures to anyone. And what were the results of my faith? Just 2 months after that email was sent to me, I hit 1,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. And just 2 months after that, I hit 4,000 watch hours and I was able to get monetized, which started bringing me in enough money for me to make it on the road. It's not a lot of money, but it's good, honest money, and that's something I can live with. Now, before you get up in arms, for those of you that are selling feet pics, it's your body and your life. I have nothing more to say about that because we're all given free will to do whatever we want. I can only speak for myself, and I would just like to encourage anybody out there that's thinking about doing something that is questionable in your own heart and mind to really take a minute to step back and think about if you will feel comfortable after you've embarked on something like this. So I want to leave you with 3 things. Number 1, find a supportive person in your life that will tell you the truth. Not someone that's just going to be like, oh yeah, girl, do whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. Those friends are fun, but those friends are not going to help you in the long run. So get somebody in your life that's going to be supportive and a truth teller. Number 2, set boundaries early on about what you will and will not do for money. Once you've drawn a line in the sand, what you're not going to do, then anybody that comes at you with any offers, you'll be able to just either ignore or get back to them and say, that's not something that I do. And number 3, look for opportunities to either live on less or make money in ways that you'll feel proud of. And I'm thinking about doing a video in the future about various ways that you can make money on the road as a digital nomad or in other ways. I hope that you'll really take a moment to examine what you really want out of your life and make decisions based on your faith and your values.